Pure Agbaya mood.
It's
Pure
like
Agbaya
you are in final year of uni, but you are fighting with somebody in nursery too.
They'll be like, I went to Africa and they gave me this title. I'm like the Duchess of Etiosa.
You know what?
Why do I sound like Bob Risky?
And that's why I think that Tiwa should come on this show, because she has to tell her story. No,
I don't.
Tiwa, you must come here. You will come to this show. Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Off Air with Gbemi
and Tools. Hola, ¿qué pasa?
That's great. We have a lot to talk about today, and anyway, we have a lot to talk about today. That's all. Why are you laughing now?
It's okay. So throughout this episode, I will be repeatedly trying to keep Gbemi calm.
I'm very calm.
Because she might just dash this camera, and she might even come into your house and beat you because...
I don't listen to them. I'm very calm, guys. Welcome to Off Air with Gbemi and Tools. We have just for you. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's get into it.
So let's get into Hot Tea Small Shade. But before we do that, a big shout out to Jay's Diner. Shout out to Jay's Diner. Yewande did not clap.
No food for you.
Dayo did not clap.
Food for you. No food for you.
Sarah did not clap.
It's too late.
Shout out to them. Also, shout out to Gordon's for our wonderful cocktails. Cheers to you. What are we cheersing to?
Oh, jinx.
We are cheersing to people showing up on time. Yeah, we're cheersing to that. Amen. So let's get into it. Kanye, I'm sorry that I used to feel bad for him, but now I do not, because
that ship sailed for me a long time ago.
You know, I do not, and it's very heartbreaking because he used to be, or is, I don't know if you want to use that, depending on where you are, he used to be a music genius, you know, and his production style, everything was impeccable, but his behavior in the past few years just has soiled everything. He released this list a few weeks ago. It was almost like a grown-up version of a Names of Noisemakers, but it was written by the chief noisemaker himself. And on it was his child, amongst other people.
What did he call the list again?
Names of traitors? Traitors list?
Betrayal list.
Betrayal list. And I'm thinking to myself, bros,
why do I low-key feel like Trump has a list like that as well? We'll continue.
Just take the medicine, man.
Yeah, take the medicine, man. I think for me, things changed for Kanye when Kim started looking very, very, very good.
Yeah.
There were so many lines that he crossed. So many lines, so many horrible things that he said. Did you see this clip? Where Chris Brown was talking about, basically he was telling this story, right? And a lot of people said, that's Kanye. So Chris Brown was basically talking about hanging out with somebody. And then he now said that I think they had decided that they were going to hang out or something. And he was like, yeah, sure. So he's like, okay, fine. They're going to go to this spot. He's going to get like girls and everything. So they went to this spot and something was happening. Essentially, somebody was getting attention. And apparently Kanye allegedly didn't like that. And Chris Brown said that the person was sitting right next to him. This is the person, he didn't name the person. So the person was sitting right next to him. And then I guess he was talking to one or two other people. And then before he looked up, the person wasn't there. The person was at the DJ booth and was ranting and just like going off on a rant. And then he went on for a while. So Chris is literally saying, okay, they're going to get off soon, right? Apparently he went on for like 30, 45 minutes. Imagine you go to a club, you're there hanging out with your friends, you're having fun, and somebody grabs a microphone and starts chatting shit and keeps on chatting shit. So a whole bunch of people left.
This is the thing. I thought that was the clip the clip I had in mind was from a documentary that's apparently is supposed to be in cinemas. It was basically in cinemas from September something in America. I don't think he made it here. And it's just a short clip where he is screaming at Kris Jenner.
I saw that.
And he's screaming and ranting, and something struck me. She didn't flinch. And which shows that this woman is used to his outbursts. And then I started to think, oh my God, Kim must have taken so much from this guy, because we're only seeing things that he does in front of the camera. Mm-hmm. What about things that he does behind the scenes? And I'm just thinking, how is this person still able to manage his finances, manage his day-to-day life, and he's not under conservatorship? You know, because like Wendy Williams did not do up to quarter of this.
She didn't.
And she's still in this tight conservatorship. Meanwhile, this guy is ranting every other day, pissing off Jews, pissing off black people, pissing off women, pissing off everybody. And they still haven't said, you know what? And I'm not wishing a conservatorship on anybody, because apparently it's horrible. You can't even spend your own money. It's basically
and it takes a while to get out of it.
Yes,
right?
Wendy Williams is still fighting it now. It took Britney like a long time to get out of hers. So I'm thinking, how is this person like? What are people supposed to do in this instance? Do you capture this person and force feed them medicine so that they are now back, they've reset their brain? Or what do we do about Kanye?
Well, I think one of the first steps is to get him to accept that he does need help. And not to just, keep blaming everyone. But you know what's so crazy, right? Kanye is going down this, crazy route. Damon Dash as well. A lot of people around Jay-Z are just kind of going crazy. And I'm just like, what's going on?
Brother, what did you do? Now, let's move on to, since we're talking about music.
But apparently, this interview that Damon Dash did
he said he was the chairman of Kiniko. He's not.
on what is it called?
On the Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, where he was calling Charlamagne gay and everything. Mm-hmm. They talked about him possibly dating Beyonce before Jay-Z.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they also talked about Jay-Z dating Aaliyah.
Oh.
Apparently, that was allegedly, lawsuit. Allegedly. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, apparently that happened. Aaliyah's dead, may God rest her soul, but are we really ever going to have this conversation of a young girl, like in her, early 20s, dating Damon Dash, who was like, how much older than...
He's old.
Considerably. And then potentially her dating Jay-Z as well. It's just a bit... I think that issue is still alive. We would have probably talked about it a bit more.
We would have put her parents in the hot seat.
Let's not even talk about R. Kelly.
Moving on.
Anyways.
Since we're talking about music, we got to talk about the rap girls. So Cardi B released her album, Am I the Drama? We waited 7 years for this album. It's finally out. Congratulations.
She hawked it.
Yeah, I love it. And I really like, we don't usually see big artists of her status push their projects with the vim that she pushed her projects. And she used,
pregnant and all.
Yeah, pregnant. She used her humor, her personality. Yeah. Did you see the one where she was on the streets of New York? She dressed like a Jamaican and was holding what's it called? What's that thing that they sell that smells? Incense. And she had like physical copies of the album. She said, I gotta sell these albums. I got 3 children and 1 on the way. And it was funny. She did different things to really, she has done, every podcast you can think of. Even the rap and hip hop ones, the most white girl podcast she has been there. She will dress accordingly.
She is very, one thing about Cardi is she's very, very likable.
Yes.
So, and we were talking about this before we started filming. If we're going to compare, because we were talking about Nicki started again. If we're going to compare Cardi and Nicki, I would say, like, hands down, Nicki is a better rapper.
Yes.
Hands down. I think that's like, you can't even. Yeah.
And I like both of them. Nicki's the better rapper.
Yes, I do like both of them. I think Nicki recently, I'm just like, you don't have to like invite yourself to every, situation. And I feel that as much as we're saying that Nicki's like the better rapper, hands down, I would love to hang out with Cardi more. I think I'm a bigger fan of Cardi's because she just seems like such a likable person. She seems like such a really like down-to-earth, cool person.
Yes.
And I just feel that if I was hanging out with Nicki, within like 30 minutes, I would have offended her.
I just think that I
And they'll start
understand.
subbing me on Twitter. And I'll be like,
Not every rapper, you're not best friends with everybody that you work with or have worked with. And that's fine. And people do have their, misunderstandings and beef or whatever it is. But the problem is when you are the same person who has quarreled with Mariah Carey, quarreled with Meg Thee Stallion, quarreled with Lil Kim, quarreled with Remy Ma, quarreled with Jay-Z.
Yes, I was going to say Jay-Z, kind of like Beyonce as well.
Quarreled with, I can count more than 10 people. Latto, Meg Thee Stallion, SZA, Miley Cyrus. Like, Auntie, we're getting to 20 people that you fought with in the open. Let's not talk about people that you even fought Gidigbo with behind closed doors. And it's starting to look like, Auntie, you are the problem. You are, and this is where likability comes, and not everybody's going to love you. Not everybody's going to be, a ray of sunshine, to other people. But if you are actually problematic, it will show. It's one thing for people to be scared of you or think this one does not take nonsense, but for people to have reports and then you are quarreling with people, and then it's also a bit Agbayish. She has like 10 years on Cardi.
Well, that's
or so.
actually
come on.
At the beginning of this new beef, one of the things that Cardi said was, "Why are you comparing yourself to me? I was in high school when you came out. You should compare yourself to Rihanna, all these different people." And she goes, "You can't because they're outselling you." And it's just like, can you imagine? Okay, the way I see Nicki is how I would say close to how I would see Beyonce in terms of like female vocalists and everything. Can you imagine Beyonce fighting with SZA, Beyonce fighting with Summer Walker, Beyonce fighting with I feel that if you're at a certain level, you don't have time for that. Even if they come at you, you just ignore them, because guess what? We are not on the same level.
I thought they came to some sort of agreement one time. There was one time they were going back and forth live on social media. Then they actually called each other. They were live. Nicki was live, Cardi was live. This was a few years ago. And then they ended the lives because I think they made a phone call. And then they were just like, okay, we're not cool, but we're cool. Kind of stop talking about me. Then all of a sudden,
apparently in this album, apparently Cardi like barely even referenced Nicki.
She's abusing JT. She's abusing her age mates. Abusing JT and
so I'm just like,
Bia and all the rest.
Why did Nicki feel the need to?
I saw Nicki's stories. Just was just like, oh, I'm still the highest selling female rapper at this. I'm just like Agbaya.
Pure Agbaya moves.
It's like you are in final year of uni, but you are fighting with somebody in nursery 2.
That's a stretch.
10 years. Think about it.
That's a
Think about it, because secondary school is what? Okay,
my God.
uni, let's say 4 years.
Yeah.
Secondary school 6 years.
6
Okay,
years.
yeah. Okay, not nursery.
Primary
It's too
1.
far. So you are fighting with somebody in primary 1.
Anyways, but big shout out to Cardi. If you're watching, I'd love to hang out with you.
My bestie. Hey, bestie. This is my bestie.
When she came to Nigeria, I was just like, oh my gosh, I really wanted to hang out with her. Anyways, so that is it. We have got lots in store for you. So make sure you stick around.
Progress no dey happen just like that. It dey come from support when you need am.
Mommy, I got the school fees. You too much.
Na money point oh.
Money point, thank you.
Customer, na transfer abi? Confirm.
Bro, na transfer.
Na money point oga. Oh, na confirm.
Progress na peace of mind when you know say payment go land as Sure Banker. Progress na small wind wey dey carry person go far.
No worry, yourself go make am. Mo go buy ball.
Victor, even you they use money point?
Of course now, they use money point.
Confirm.
Money Point, made for your progress.
Okay, our guest is here. I could do like a long intro, but that would like eat into the interview time. So all I'm gonna say is give it up for the African bad girl.
Finally!
Yes, I know.
We thought you were not gonna come.
No, I was rushing.
Because
I
we
was
heard that you
rushing.
don't like us.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's a bit true. No, I'm kidding. I was just kidding. I'm
That's
just
true.
kidding.
That's
I'm
What?
just kidding.
Let's have because that's true. I was like, maybe there's a what did we do to you?
Kilashi.
Wait, is there really a rumor that I don't like you?
There was one time there was a rumor that he did not like us.
Oh, really?
And then one time, because we're all cool now, then one time, this was pre-COVID.
Okay.
My memory. You said that it was pre-COVID because we're still recording that other studio before TV. And then I remember you had a project out and then you were having listenings. And you know, invite us. I was just like,
Which listening?
So many listenings. I was just like, Tush does not like us again. No, what's it? I swear to God. I was just like, wow.
I don't think that's a rumor. I think maybe you might have felt that. I don't think there's a rumor going around. I'm saying that I don't
No,
like
not you. Like, I was just because we were still on radio at that time.
Really?
Yeah, and we used to attend your things. Like, you'd have a listening or a thing or something, event. And then next thing you know, you just be on people's stories. You're listening with Tiwa Savage. I was just like, what's going on? I think
wow. Is that why you were at the last concert?
They did not invite me. Maybe they removed that.
3 days ago. Was it 3-4 days ago?
They did not call us. They did not. Anyway, everything Tiwa Savage just shut down after a certain point.
No, but to be fair, I don't think they invited anyone. I think it's literally on my thing that I was having a listening. So I guess a few people reached out.
Is it the one at Hard Rock?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Is it the trade show?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just like, what is going on? And then I remember, I think one of my last interviews, because I left Radio 2021, one of our last interviews during COVID was you came, but you were very proper. And I was just like, sister.
On my last interview?
Yeah, with one of my last interviews with you on
is
radio.
That bad?
And you were, no, Tiwa, please,
Yeah, but I feel like as a human being, we're not one thing.
I
so
know.
it could be. I don't even remember.
It could be different
Yeah, I
things.
could be really tired.
Can we
I
have
could
the
be
proper
like,
Tiwa today?
Today I've fired a lot of people. Today so I'm angry today.
You're angry. Would you like a drink? Like something?
Eventually I'll get to it. So today I'm...
Let's talk about the album.
Let's get into the album.
This one is personal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about why you decided to record this album and why you decided to call it This One Is Personal.
So it wasn't intentional at the beginning. I'd been recording for I think 2 years. And so I went on vacation by myself the first time this year and,
Ever?
Ever in my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Ever anywhere alone.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was there and, Vanessa, my manager, kept on saying, we need a name. And I was just... And
Hi,
I was,
Vanessa.
Right? She kept on saying, we need a name. And I was just like, man, it's just so personal to me. This one is just really personal to me. And it was just like, okay.
Perfect.
That was it. Yeah. So it was, and it really is such a personal record. It was... I was very intentional when I was in the studio. Like every single line had to be something I'd experienced. I didn't want it to be like, this rhymes with this and it sounds cool with this line. If it wasn't something that was true to me, I don't care how cool it sounded, I was taking it out. I was very, very specific. But I also was worried because I was like, if this is so personal to me, are people gonna connect to it? Because it's so specific. But to be honest, this is the most, I think, in terms of my projects, this is one that most people have connected to the most.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song to make?
10%. Yeah. 10% because it was happening in real time. And also because when I finished recording it, I recorded it in Nashville with live instruments. So I was there with live horns, guitar, bass, so that was really, really fun to do.
That's good. That's really good. And I spent the past week and a half listening to it over and over. I'm cleaning, I'm listening. I'm driving, I'm listening. And I have my favorites and stuff. I was just like, okay, I really like the one with Taves. That's really good. I thought I like that one. I like the one with Skepta. And what even made me like it first, because I saw the video first. I saw it online, and I was just, you people
Which
look...
one? The one with
You guys
Skepta?
look good together.
See,
Why you hit me? I was
two
just like,
beautiful brown people with their tattoos. I was like, hey, okay.
Say true or false. I heard that Skepta had a thing for you for a long time.
You told me that, but I was like, where? Nobody told me. He didn't.
Somebody, but no, because he's always like comment section. He'll be tweeting about you and everything.
I think there was one tweet I saw.
He's done that more than once.
Yeah, I'd seen one before, but I think that was because I went to his event. And then he was tweeted
I can't remember exactly what he said, but there was a picture of you and he like commented and I was just like, oh, okay. And then I think it was around that time somebody had said, I can't remember what we were talking about, but they'd basically mentioned that he really likes you.
Really? Well,
yes.
I'm glad you told me after the fact because...
Wait, did he try it? He didn't try anything?
No, he was he's professional. He's
he's
really
you guys look good together. I think you should run it. And
I think I'll offend too many
They'll
women.
be okay.
No, I'll offend too many people.
Why? You guys should get together.
What's that?
I've got an idea. I've got a business idea. You guys should get together. And then, you know how sometimes there are relationships for the camera and everything? You guys should get together, drop a double album or collaborative album, call it Double Chocolate.
What?
End of. Double chocolate.
I think you need to eat.
I think he'll be great. I think he'll be great. And people love and everything. Yeah.
You were able to work with different people on this project, which you did the last track with James Fauntleroy, I was just like, this is unusual. It's a very unusual sound. I was like, okay. Yeah. Is there someone on your dream collabs list that is still like, I'd love to work with this person? You haven't worked with the person yet, but you'd like to.
I already did, and I can't think
Brandy?
of. I can't. I've always dreamt of that. So after that happened, I'm good.
That song is a jam. Any day, anytime. Whether even you, if you are the most muscular man in the world, you will sing along to that chorus.
Yeah, they always catch themselves, and I'm like, look, as females, we've been singing very male songs for years, and we still, we still vibe to it. So then, the men should hop on board.
So you've gone through different, should I say phases, but different, different phases throughout your musical journey. There was the, you know what my favorite is? My favorite still is like the pop Tiwa.
The very first one.
Oh, okay.
Because it was it was just really cool, like going out and like Kile Kile Love would come on and all the girls. It kind of felt like the best thing I can compare it to now is, when Beyonce's Who Runs the World? Girls all the girls are like, oh my gosh, that's my song. So that was like my favorite. That was like my favorite.
Right.
Also, I think because I was out a lot more.
It was a good era, and then
it was good. Yeah, and it was just really nice having this situation where you're out and about, you're at a party or a club, and then the first few beats come on, and then all the girls are like, oh my gosh, let me get my space, to dance. And I think it's something that for a long time we didn't get from a female artist.
Right.
So I think that's actually part of why it's my favorite. But what has been your favorite Tiwa era so far?
I mean, I'm gonna have to say this one.
I knew you were gonna say it.
I think I'm gonna have to, because it's the newest one. It's what I'm in. It's what I'm listening to. When I listen to, or when you go to a club and they play Kele Kele, I always cringe.
Why?
You want to drive a Hummer, doing something my baby mama.
I don't think it was the lyrics. I think it's what it
the
kind
feeling,
of meant.
the era, everything.
So it's like going back and seeing a picture of yourself, like, I don't know, how do you feel like if someone brought up your first radio interview, what you wore and how you sounded?
I'm like, yeah.
It didn't happen,
You're not gonna be like, you're gonna be like, you're probably gonna be like, oof. If you see it.
But that's not how that's why, because I keep seeing the album cover in my head. I remember the listening.
God,
I remember your brothers attending. I remember all of us listening to everything.
I don't love it. I love it because that's, without that, this wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
I love that era. Like, obviously, that's my.
You're such a princess.
That's like a first child. But it's like Rihanna on the replay, and Rihanna didn't they tell you that I was a savage? It's still part of her story, but she's probably at her motherhood stage, and she's probably like.
Do you think you might ever just go back and tap into that a little bit?
No, into that that girl.
Yeah.
No, they're
Like
not
to
showing
give
me
us a-
shit.
There's been growth.
Like a nice, you know, like pop girly anthem.
No, see, I think that's what happens. I think like we evolve and then we make room for the others to now have that moment. Like I feel like Ira's creating those anthems now.
Yeah.
Those like pop anthems now.
So there's something that I think we've mentioned this like a few times, and this is something that definitely stands out in my mind as well. When I started working in radio, when the Christmas shows would come, it was so common to have like an all-male lineup.
Yeah, and
Like
the only one.
It was
female.
no for the longest time there were no female artists. But then when you came out, I remember that you'd have male artists, Tiwa Savage, male artists. So that was pretty significant. Do you think that the industry as a whole, do you think you've gotten your flowers from the industry?
No, I'm sorry, I don't. Oh, yeah, and I'm gonna get judged by it. I'm gonna I don't care.
Talk your mind.
I don't. And I don't think I'm waiting for it anymore. I've built my own garden.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think I feel like I've now grown my own community of like supporters, my fans, people who have grown with me, and people are also joining right now. I'm not waiting for that anymore. I've also studied some of the greats. Like, do we think Fela really got his flowers when he was alive? Bob Marley. You know, the list goes on.
But I think it's different as a female artist.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that we talk about basically as a female in this industry. We're judged differently. We're judged, you know, harsher than I think our male, you know, counterparts.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, I mean, you're already agreeing.
Yeah.
So from what you say, from what you wear, from, you know, the way you do everything you do you feel that people were particularly harsh to you?
Yeah, and and they still are. Like, and I don't know why. I still don't know why, because you'd think that after over 10 years, they'll see that I'm still not going to back down. I'm still going to be opinionated. I'm still going to say my mind. Like, I'm not going to change, but I still don't know. Maybe it's a society we're in, maybe our society, because like, if you look at, I was saying this the other day, I was saying like, if you look at the Western world and you look at maybe like a Jay-Z or Beyonce is considered maybe bigger, the female, in terms of music, not, you know, assets or anything like that. And then Rihanna and A$AP and Cardi and whoever, like, Taylor Swift, like the list goes on. Like the female artists are huge. I don't know when we're ever gonna get to that point.
And I think that I like what you're doing, where you say you've built your own garden, because look, if you keep waiting for people to give you your flowers, you will keep waiting forever.
And you'll just live with bitterness and continually just trying to prove yourself. But I did this, but when I did this, you did not say this, but when... And then you'll literally, that's all your life. And then they'll switch it on you and say she's just a bitter artist. There's always moaning, always complaining, always whining. So it's like, no, you're going to fall into that trap.
Because we still spoke about this a few episodes ago where we were discussing the Billboard, I think it was top 50 Afrobeat songs of all time. And I was very like, I felt like it was disrespectful that...
Really?
Yeah, that's you were there on the chart, but it was with somebody else.
You featured on.
I think it was for
really?
I think it was for Eminado or one of those songs. But I was just like, I feel like
is this out? The list is out?
Yeah, this was a few weeks ago.
Yeah, but we said it here. In fact, that's when
Steph, get me that list.
And that's when I was like, I find it very disrespectful. It's there. I said I find it very disrespectful that Tiwa is not on this list as her own, with her own song. And that was when I was like, Tiwa must come to the show because we need to talk about this.
Wait, so what is this?
Billboard.
The best Afrobeat songs
of all time.
Ooh.
50. And I think they
put me there.
I think they put her and Don Jazzy for Eminado or something. I remember what song it was. And I was just like, no. Because you had
there's
other songs.
All Over, By Myself. Like this. There's Love Me, Love Me, like that.
Yeah, Love Me, Kill, Love, all those things.
Right.
And then we talked about how you were not the first female Nigerian artist, but we said it that we felt like you were the one who you were kind of like, what they call that, Ashiwaju in English, like thank you,
the
like
scapegoats.
Yeah, well, unfortunately,
Let's not say scapegoat.
when
I like pace setter.
Yeah, pace.
Right.
Yeah, you are the one that basically, and unfortunately, when you are the first, you get a lot of stones. You get a lot of things. You get a lot of flack. It started from how I think that my very first encounter with you was at the Headies, but it was called Hip Hop World Awards back in the day. And you wore this cute little short dress. And I was like, oh, this dress is so cute. And people were like, who's this auntie with this short dress? And I was just like...
That was like my first red carpet and my first like...
She was wearing this cute short dress. And people were like, why is this dress so short?
And I think it was deep cut.
And flared. It was a flared short dress.
Yeah, it was a black and white dress. I'll never forget.
Did you ever get to a point where you're just like, oh my gosh, this is too much?
I was caught in between. So I would give up. And then I would say, no, I can do this. Then I would give up. Then I'll be like, no, I can't do this. So it was back and forth for a while. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like I had tough skin from the beginning. No, I was very I was fragile. But now,
I was gonna say like, why are you so open now?
I think it gets to a point where life has thrown you so much, and then God has been so faithful that you now realize that no man, no human being, no word, no blog post, no headline, no controversy can actually destroy me, except if I internalize it.
And your vibe is like, F this.
It really, I really am on that. Not in a bad way, but I'm going to speak my mind. If I'm asked a question or if I have an opinion about something, I'm going to speak. If I want to stay out of it and say I don't want to get involved.
Do you remember that video that she did that people wanted to die? She was wearing the flesh-toned bodysuit.
Yeah, and I did that on purpose because I just got married and they said, it's over for her. No man is going to desire her again. This is it. Blah, blah. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. And then I
was like, okay, so when Beyonce, Rihanna, all these girls, when they perform, when they do videos and they're wearing the tiniest thing, they are performing in pants and bra, you are clapping for them, but because Tiwa is Nigerian, all of a sudden she was not naked.
No.
You just...
and then let me even bring it back home. Like when our male artists have girls in bikinis in their videos, why are we not saying they're exploiting women and they're like, or we're not talking about that. But yeah, it's different.
I've always said Nigerians are very, very interesting people because
that's a nice
they
way
will
to say.
they will see. Look, a few episodes ago, I said a lot of Nigerians are
hypocrites.
They're closeted pervs.
Oh, yes.
Oh?
Yes, that's what...
Yeah.
No, this is that kind of show. We say a lot. Hey,
no, a lot of Nigerians they'll be like, look at what she's wearing, but they'll go and search for more pictures.
In my DMs.
They'll go and search for more pictures. They will go and that's it. And it's just interesting. We need to play it in your DM.
No, wait. On my list was, I know your DMs are crazy.
Yes, they are.
Who is, Who is the most... you will not tell us now. I want to know, like, what's the most shocking DM you ever received?
You have to give us some.
You don't have to mention the name, but just describe. People can now
shocking, but actually sad to me is people that I would not expect that would need financial help.
Girl, no, you ain't talking about financial help.
That's the kind of things in my DMs that I'll be like, whoa, that's sad.
Financial help.
No, they don't. They don't do them in the DMs because they probably on Snap.
Oh,
yeah.
So what's the biggest thing a guy has done to get your attention?
Maybe speak Yoruba.
Tiwa, what kind of answer is this?
If you speak Yoruba to me, I'm finished.
No, not like what. Like what's the biggest? Like
no.
The
did you get what she just said? She said, speak Yoruba. She speak Yoruba. She's finished.
I'm done.
That's what I'm saying. I said person. not the get to you. What's like the grandest gesture?
Sent a plane to pick me up while I was pregnant.
Girl.
When
you were pregnant,
yeah, politician.
Wait.
Yes.
Mogba.
Yeah, they sent a plane, and to pick me up while I was pregnant. Obviously, I didn't go. And someone bought me a Range Rover for my birthday, which I returned. Why?
You returned because you were married at the time?
Sorry.
If I say this, the person's gonna know. I've been getting in too much trouble on my podcast, right?
What?
Right.
Why?
That's
What is
enough.
that?
That's enough.
On
They
your
said-
which podcast? What happened?
no, on different things. They've just been too much.
Let me tell you
Yeah.
something.
Okay, so they brought me a range,
Can
and
I just say
returned
something
it.
now? I think Tiwa, you should be used to it now. That even if you cough, why she cough like that? Why she cough like that?
This is part of
Because
the
it
whole
was on the
F
day.
this-ish.
It was on the day that my now ex-husband proposed to me.
Oh,
So I didn't know that was gonna happen, and then the range was presented. So I had to respectfully return.
Wait, so did you think he sent the range?
Oh, no,
What are
I
you
knew he
saying?
didn't.
Toasters sent range on the day they proposed to the woman.
Maybe she thought that it was part of the proposal.
No, it was from somebody
No,
else.
I knew it wasn't.
So back to this person that sent the plane. What were they waiting for you to have the baby and then, or
So we
was
went
it like as a friend?
So I went somewhere with the Maven crew.
Yeah.
And I was pregnant. We went to perform somewhere. So when we
you
were
were showing.
yeah, I was showing. So when we were leaving, obviously they had a separate plane for me to. They wanted me to follow their essay, whatever it is, to go to
You know
somewhere.
what we need to do? We need to check that show and then we need to figure out which state she was in and then we find out the essay.
Yeah, not serious. How many years ago?
Journalist.
Just ask Don Jazzy.
Internet.
Najadi will not tell us.
He might.
He's so
He
coy.
might.
I'm just curious.
That's
This
crazy.
person was actively pursuing you.
Yeah,
as
well, I
you're
didn't.
pregnant.
Yeah. I performed with the Maven,
yeah.
and we performed Dorobuchi. I was showing, and when we obviously got back to the hotel, we were going to leave the next day, and then they came and said, such and such has a plane for Tiwa.
My question is, what if you're a kidnapper? You think that we're going to she'll just follow you like that? Just like that?
I mean, some girls will be like, whoa, a private plane?
Okay, so let's get into it because I think we need to,
Yeah,
perhaps
we're almost done. So we have something that we need to show you. That thing?
Oh
yes.
my God.
We have something we need
Is
to
it
show you.
a credit alert?
Girl.
I mean, you're
rich. Please.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
But
Now
you're
I'm getting-
single now.
No, but people are not asking me for money.
Whatever.
Now.
Asking everybody for money. Economy is bad, girl.
If we gave you a credit alert, you'd probably be like, that's nice.
Yeah.
No,
She'll be like,
this
chewing gum
economy,
money. please.
anything, even
Tiwa,
if it's to buy
Tiwa, you got
amala.
money.
I'll-
Tiwa, you got money. You
No, but
probably-
seriously, I'm looking for someone. I really, really.
What? Okay, you've been through a lot.
Yes.
You've been through a lot. What sort of, apart from the money, I've seen some clips where you're like, the person must have money. Okay, so that's one.
Yes.
But what
And I'm
sort of,
standing
yeah, and
on
that's
business.
okay. I don't see why people were
I
attacking
don't
you
think
for
that's a
that.
bad thing.
Do you really expect Tiwa now to meet a guy and be paying his bills? Are you
Been there, done that. Ain't doing it again.
They're the same people that if like Tiwa was flying and she was in economy, they'd be like, she was in economy. Can you see?
like, do you really expect her to like? I'm sorry.
I feel like as a
Grown
woman
woman.
that you've worked to a certain degree, like you can be. You,
She
you can
has
have
tried. Okay, Shorty marry. It's okay. You didn't want. Do you know? No, it's fine. But I just feel like, and I think that people need to, when people have requirements for the kind of person that they want, especially when they talk about the monetary part, I don't feel like you should not get upset with somebody like her who has worked. She's not some university graduate that just came and said, I want a dollar. This woman has been working. You want her to settle your bills too, brother?
Right. If I want you to buy me a Birkin, I can buy a Birkin too. So
Thank
I can
you.
match it. But it's not even about that. It's really, well, it is. But I also want the man to feel good. Like I've people call it date down. So men...
Care to name names?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Oh my God.
Just checking.
But they never feel good about themselves. So that's why I want to date someone that has money, because at the end of the
you
day,
know, apart from
eventually
the money,
they'll
what
start-
kind
It
of
was
person?
Tracy Ellis Ross. She said this best. She said this in like a recent clip I saw. She said, "I'm high maintenance, but I can maintain myself."
Right.
Yeah.
Love
and I'm
it
like,
for
if
her.
you can do that.
Yeah.
So if you can by yourself like afford to like buy a Birkin and everything, I think that somebody coming into the picture and not
Yes.
being able to do that, if it's going to be an issue, it's going to be an issue.
It is.
Simple.
Yes.
Let's move on. We've done a lot of interviews, but there's something that you haven't, or someone you haven't addressed. And we had, there was an incident with Seyi Shay a few years ago. We had her on the show. We haven't aired the episode yet.
Okay.
But she said something and we wanted you to see it.
Okay.
And react. Don't worry,
Shall
it's
I,
not.
shall I wait
no,
till
she's
you
not
air the
abusing
episode?
you or anything.
No,
nothing like that.
Anyway, so she says, I think it's my fault. So anyway, cut a long story short, turns out the girl was having an affair with my girl's husband. And I didn't even know.
Me?
I'm the only one.
Not
who
you.
knows.
Her assistant was allegedly
Right.
having an affair with your ex.
So Yeah.
Whoa.
Anyway, and I
know you've given me this, but I think I forgot. Mommy brain, sorry.
Yeah.
Shit.
No. I
Okay,
haven't
continue.
Yeah. So she told me all of that. I mean, must have been true. I don't think she would have said something like that as a joke or a lie. I just, on one side, I was relieved because then I now knew that, okay, at least I know what could possibly be the cause. Because it might not just be this, it might be other reasons, like people pitting us against each other. Maybe I've said something, not thinking, because I was very unconscious back then, or maybe I did something to her. I can't really, I thought it was all about the fuck you challenge, the Kiss Daniels F you challenge, which I didn't do until after the beef had gone so deep that I was just like, you know what, bruh, But when she told me this, I was disgusted. It was just so, I couldn't eat. Me that I was so hungry, being pregnant, I couldn't even eat. So I stopped eating. She starts crying. I'm sorry.
Why is she
crying? Because of the video that she saw. She just felt like it was so damaging to me and that she didn't tell me back then. And we were rolling together, traveling together, posting Instagrams together.
When Shay was here,
I need a drink.
You see?
Drink for Tiwa.
Please.
Okay, so when Shay was here, we talked about, your rift in the past, and we were trying to figure out what the origin was. And she said, one or two things, and then she came up with this. She basically said that she later found out that this person that was working closely with her was involved with your ex, and she didn't know anything about it, and she thought that may have been why, part of why you guys had your issues.
Oof. I really do need that drink because I need to unpack.
Oh,
okay.
First of all, this is the first time. Who is her assistant?
do you know the assistant? Because I still...
I can't say her name now.
Oh, maybe.
You're gonna bleep it out now.
Popular.
Type it out.
Let me type it out.
Okay. Yeah, because I forgot that after that day, I forgot to even ask tools like, who's the person?
Before they go and what's it called? But
This is the first time
though
I'm hearing that. Like,
Who that is? I don't know that person. Yeah.
wait. Hold on.
oh,
Let me see.
wow.
Why is sending it to me?
Yeah.
I don't have my phone, so...
So are you saying that you didn't know about this?
I didn't know that was her. How would I know that was her assistant?
Yeah, somebody that she worked closely with. So essentially, she thought that was part of
The
what
reason.
caused you guys to have,
No.
your issues and everything.
No,
So
no.
that wasn't?
No, that wasn't.
okay.
That
So
was.
we know that the industry, people were pitting people
Yes,
against
yes,
each other.
they were
The
doing that
fans
with
were
you guys
trying to
a
do
lot.
the whole this person or that person, which they do normally. It's very annoying. I mean, they're doing it with the big three now. But she was like, but she thought you guys were cool-ish. After all, she attended your wedding. She sang at your wedding. Speaking of, we were at your wedding too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were, yeah.
So I have never understood. And maybe it's something I need to learn about myself. Like when you guys said that you thought I didn't like you, like
Anymore.
yeah, like I don't know if I give off that energy or if I'm just so in my own world, or if like I've never been a time where you'll send me a message and I don't respond, or so I try.
You're not gonna see everything.
I'm not purposely trying to not, or unless if you, and I'm also vocal, if you do something to me, I will let you know. I don't have to let you know online, like the whole shade thing. Like I'm not gonna pretend like you and I are cool in the salon when you did a diss track. That was huge. That was like, what? Like, that was painful. And I didn't know where it's coming from. Like, so till today, maybe I need to have a conversation with Shay. I don't have an issue. It's that I think she made a comment and she said something about, I don't know if it's her, Victoria Kamani, that said that they thought I
blocked their bag.
How?
That was actually going to be a question.
I've always asked, wait, hold on, we can't, please don't, I know you guys are saying time, but yeah, this is really important because if I don't flesh out the whole thing, when it's aired, it's going to be incomplete. No, I don't mind. Steph, it's me. I'm saying I don't mind. Yeah? I'm saying I don't mind. I need it to be aired. Where was I? Yeah, so I'm saying, if you've heard from anybody that I tried to block your bag, mention name.
I remember you said that, actually.
Say one person, like throw them under the bus, like so that I can address it. Like I love how you guys are bringing this up. They may be able to address it. If it's such and such promoter said, then I will go back to that person. When have I ever? And if it's anybody from my team, I will address that. Like I would never. I'm so pro. It's so unbelievable. Like I'm so pro women. I love like. I want to see other people win. And it's not taking anything from me. It's not. So why would I say, if I'm going to be on the show, Seyi can't be on the show or Victoria can? Maybe it's a promoter's line and using me. Yeah. Maybe they don't want to book 3-4 girls and they're now lying and saying, and she said, but the only way we're going to deal with this is if we call them out.
Yeah.
But nobody is willing to. So that's the only thing I've ever heard that they've said. I've blocked other people's back. Let me even tell you the funny thing is, like, when I got pregnant, I had Jamil, I was taken off of a campaign and Seyi Shay was booked on the Pepsi campaign. Okay. Like, I don't know, you go back and check it. Like the Pepsi longer throat. Like Seyi was a ambassador on Pepsi. I was, you can ask Polo this. I was taken off because I couldn't snap back in time. So how am I stopping other people's back? And I wasn't mad. I was upset with myself. Do you know what I did? I got in the gym and I got my body back. So I'm never going to say, if this person is eating this, I must have that. No, I'm just...
Or take this person off me or something.
I can't. I don't have that much power.
You didn't get to see the end of the video, but at the end we said, Tools and I said that we suggest that you and her sit down with no cameras.
Right.
No cameras, and you guys just talk it out. She didn't say anything bad about you. She said at one point, I think you blocked her and she blocked you, but now you guys are following each other. And which is good. I checked. I went to check. Miami Boys Day, yes. I went to check, and I think that's a start. Yeah, and you don't have to be best friends with everybody that's in the same industry as you, but a mutual respect. You're both talented, both beautiful, both mothers now, and you've grown. So
But my theory when she was here, I felt that there were a lot of people that were just pitting you against each other, and we see this happening a lot.
I said, don't listen. If you hear anything before the last, because this isn't the first time we fell out.
Yeah,
fallen out before where she had heard some stuff, and I said, and rest in peace, Al Sultan. He spoke to me and I said, Sultan, if she hears anything, before it blows out, tell me. Like, you and I should talk. You don't let people say, I don't want to put her on a show. I don't want, let's talk before it blows out of proportion. Because now there's a narrative now that I don't like female artists. I don't feature female artists, which is also a lie. Because check the female artists in Nigeria. I've done the most features with other females. I have done the most. I have featured with more female artists than other female artists. My thing is, where are these gatekeepers? Why are they not promoting it? Why are people not promoting? When I dropped a song with Waje, why didn't they promote it as much as when, I don't know, David did whatever, or Wiz, why are they not? And I'm not mentioning those names so that the fans can start getting crazy. It's just an illustration. When I did a song with Simi, a song with Efia, a song with Becca, I have a song with Ira. The list goes on. Where are those songs? Yeah. So how are you now going to encourage me to do more? Now I'm going to call Odumodu Black because I'm going to be like, this song is now getting me millions of streams because when I do with females, you guys don't support it. And I have done over the years.
People did sleep on that Waje song and the video was so nice.
Exactly. Over and over and over again. But nobody talks about that. But they'll say, Tiwa does not want to support other female artists. How? When I did my concert, I pulled out Yemi Alade because I saw that comparison was starting to build.
Yes.
I remember it was a December concert.
Well.
Yes, and I called her and I said, sis, please come out on my show because I want to just dead it. And that's the same thing I've done with Ira because I'm noticing that and I love Ira and I'm like, I'm not going to let you guys do this. So I do try. I've repeatedly, there's so many examples that I could go on and on about, but it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, because somebody will still say,
Somebody will
yeah, we'll
always have
still go
something
in
to
their
say.
ears and say she's a lie. She really doesn't like you. She's not clinical. Like, no. Like,
I think they just tried to do it with everyone, from the fans to the people working around the people. I think that it takes the people who are being spoken about a lot of maturity, because you're also human, a lot of maturity and a lot of, I'm going to unlook a lot of things. We spoke about this, about how they try to put people again. And I'm so sad, because I feel like a lot of the nonsense that is, the big three are going through is partly because people, the fans, the people around them.
Can I say something? Can I say something? I think that a lot of, when you're looking at the big three, a lot of what's happening is the people around them. It's like, I've seen this. I've seen this happen so many times where, okay, you're like a superstar now, right? And you have people around you that you're paying their bills, you're paying their rent, you're paying their, and they almost feel like they need to justify their existence. So they will be, I'm sure this has happened to you. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, that person, said this to you. And this is just trying to show that I'm loyal to you. And sometimes they see 2 and 2, but they make it 6 and 6. And then you say that. And sometimes you don't even notice until they bring it to your attention. You're just like, oh, just like, do you see the way she looked at you? And you didn't even notice. Yeah.
And they start to plant a seed, they seed until it becomes a thing.
Yeah. And then, so you have that happening in your camp. And then in the other person's camp,
same thing.
There's that same person who needs to justify why their rent is paid, I'm paying for your credit, why I'm paying for your internet, why I'm paying for your kids' school fees and everything.
And they're doing that same nonsense.
And that's it. And then it becomes I mean, there's certain names, I can't name names before they,
But anyway, it doesn't just happen to artists. I mean, it happens even presenters and all of that. But you know what? They're about to kick us out of the studio.
Oh, we're not doing our drink.
Oh, damn.
Quickly, can we do? No. Never have I ever Googled myself to see what blogs or fans are saying.
We've all done it.
Okay. Never have I ever had did you mean to post that moment?
What does that mean?
Like, you posted something, you're like, the way people are taking it is something else.
Yeah.
Oh, let me do this one.
What?
Tiwa, don't kill me. Never have I ever gotten into a fight or an argument publicly.
I've never done that.
Don't hit me.
Well, I mean, wait. Depends on who now.
I haven't really. I'm very bad at confrontation. I don't like public confrontation. Never.
Me
if you
too.
start shouting at me, I leave.
I'll shout back. What?
No, I don't.
I don't like it, but
I'll
I'll match.
Knock if you buck. Are you mad?
No.
Thank you, Tiwa, for coming. And it's established that she likes us.
Yes, so please, wow.
Invite us to your events, So we've teamed up with our friends at Bella Ninja to be part of this very important campaign. It is called Stop HPV for Her, and it is basically breaking down the myths around the human papillomavirus and how it is linked to cervical cancer. So we have got a special segment on this episode where we'll be taking you through some myths and some facts about HPV and cervical cancer. We're also going to be talking a little bit about the vaccine that is now available in Nigeria. Okay, so let's go straight into a fact, first of all.
Okay.
So over 95% of cervical cancer cases are caused by HPV. That's actually true. Okay. Another fact is that cervical cancer is one of the most preventable cancers thanks to the HPV vaccination and regular screening. We need to talk about regular screening, which are basically pap smear tests.
Yeah, we've always talked about pap smears. You need to get your pap smears.
Yes.
Whether or not you are sexually active or not.
Yes.
Just as your routine checkups, you need to get a pap smear. I think once a year or so, thereabouts.
Is it? I do mine. I think it's supposed to be, is it once every 2 or 3 years? I do mine every year. And I have to be, look, we're like family now, right? We can talk about stuff, right? Yeah, we can talk about stuff. I have to be very, very honest. Basically, my first smear, before I even got the courage to go for a smear test, it took a second because I was just like, it's very invasive. It's very this, it's very that. And then you think about it, and then you think about the different things that you could be preventing. I was speaking to a doctor this was like a few weeks ago, and she was basically talking about, cervical cancer and how more women need to do cervical screening. And she said it's very, very important because once you do your smear test, once there are abnormal cells in your body, it actually, first of all, there are no symptoms. You're fine. You could be fine for a long time.
Yeah.
So before it goes from abnormal cells into cervical cancer, it could actually be a very, very, very long time. So she said that in her experience, the times when she's seen somebody with, like, I don't know, stage 3, stage 4, it has been in their system for years.
And they were not able to detect it because they were not having their smear test done.
Yes. So it's actually very, very important. So as much as the smear test wasn't painful. It was a bit uncomfortable.
But it's
and it's a
not
whole
painful.
mental thing.
Yeah.
But you think about what you could be protecting yourself from, preventing and everything, and you realize that your discomfort is a very, very minute part of this conversation.
For those who have never had a smear test before, basically what happens is that you disrobe in front of a licensed, obviously, gynecologist or a doctor.
Not fully, just
And then they basically just take a look down there. They use machines and then they use machines and all that, and then they're able to just scrape a little bit so that they can test and make sure that everything is normal down there. So that's pretty much what it is.
It's literally just a few minutes.
Yes.
It's literally just a few minutes, and there's long Q-tip, and they do that, and then they take some scrapings, and that's pretty much it. So it isn't painful. It's a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, but that's about
and it can
it.
be like, I was a little bit embarrassed, but like I said, when you think about what you could be preventing, for yourself, what you could be protecting yourself from, it is super, super important.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to give us the...
Yeah.
Oh, I think we've actually...
We already
talked about
tackled
it.
the next one I was going to
yes.
tackle. I think also smear tests, we need to remember that smear tests don't test for cancer itself. They are just able to detect abnormal cell changes that are caused by HPV before cancer develops, like how you touched on. So it's very, very important that you get this done regularly. One thing also that is a myth, and I think is a myth not just in Nigeria but around the world, is that only women with multiple sexual partners get HPV. The reality is not true. The reality is that anybody who has ever been sexually active can get HPV, even with one partner. And that is because,
even with your husband.
Yeah, because that one partner can have and spread the virus. So it's very important that you get your screening, get also the vaccine, because this will also help to prevent it from, going further into cervical cancer. Okay?
Okay. Do you want to do the next one, or shall I?
I think you should.
Okay. We touched on this briefly as well. Cervical cancer often has no symptoms in the early stages, which is why screening is vital. This is a fact. Just like we discussed just a few minutes ago, cervical cancer often has no symptoms at the beginning stage. Symptoms tend to appear when things are very, very bad. When things are very bad. This same doctor that I was talking to, she said that she did a screening for somebody and she was like in her 30s. She was in her 30s and she said it looked very bad. It was very, in she was like, this is not going to end well. And again, it was because the lady wasn't having regular screenings, and it was one of those end of the situation.
If they had caught it earlier, then you wouldn't have gotten to that part. I know somebody who I went to school with, and she went to get her, she used to get them regularly, and she went to get her regular, test, and they were like, they'll take the scrape and then they'll give you your results later, and then they were able to see that, there are some cells that are a bit unusual, and then they tested further and found out that she had beginning stages of cervical cancer, and she was able to undergo treatment quickly and beat it before it went, do you understand, even for, and this is someone who already had 2 small children. So it's very, very important. There's a myth around that only older women need smear tests. This is not true. The reality is that screening is recommended from age 30 in many countries, sometimes earlier at 25, because cervical changes can happen in young women too. So this is very important. All right. Another myth is that only women carry HPV. This is not true. Men can also carry HPV and pass it on, and HPV can cause other cancers like throat, anal, penile, and not just cervical cancer. So please beware of that as well.
Okay.
And
let's end on a fact. The HPV vaccine is a safe and effective way to protect against HPV infection and HPV-related cancers. HPV vaccines can prevent up to 90% of cervical cancers. And this is information from the USA. Recorded data shows a 62% reduction in cervical cancer deaths over the last decade, and this is attributed to vaccination. If you want to get more information about this campaign, you can go to bellanaija.com. They will have lots of information throughout the month about this. Also, please do bear in mind that the Nigerian government rolled out the vaccine in October of 2023 by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency and development partners. The vaccine was officially integrated into the national routine immunization. And most importantly, the HPV vaccine is free. However, free vaccinations are subject to age restrictions. 9-year-old girls are prioritized for free vaccinations, but girls aged 10 to 14 may also be accepted. And the vaccine is also available at private facilities with some cost attached. So if I was you, if this is perhaps the first time you're hearing about this, I would do a bit of research. Like I said, you can go to bellanaija.com, get some information, and they will probably have like a list of centers where you can, if you need to call somebody, and maybe if you have specific questions, you can ask them as well. So very, very, very important. Get your smear test done regularly. It is not painful. It is a little uncomfortable, but you know what? If we were talking to, one of the people that we talked about during this, I'm sure if they could go back, they would definitely have done their smear test earlier. So just do it. Get it. It's like 4 or 5 minutes. If
more or less, literally.
Yes, and then it's over. Yeah, so make sure you do that.
All right.
And don't forget, the hashtag is Stop HPV for her.
Thank you.
Okay, it is time for Money Zone. And this is, of course, brought to you by Money Point. Big shout out to Money Point. And they are all about getting your money right.
Exactly.
Is your money right?
It's right in Jesus' name.
My money will be righter too, Jesus' name.
It's a writer.
Okay.
Okay. So let's get into it, right? As you are preparing for Ember Month, people are preparing in different ways. We're going to talk
December loading.
This dirty December. Oh my dirty gone. Oh my. I'm hearing that hotels are fully booked.
Already?
That big hotel in VI, that one, I don't want to mention their name. They're already fully booked. Allegedly, American tour companies have bought them all up. There's this American tour company that I follow, and they had like this package for people coming here for Dirty December, and they were like, everything's sold out. Yeah. And a friend of mine who's...
What can I sell to them? What can I sell to Americans for December?
You can sell, you can do like a night out with tools, and they pay money, and then you take them to Zaza or somewhere.
This is how you know that God works in my life.
Why?
Because like a criminal idea already came to my head. I'm like, I'm from a royal family. What if I sold them titles? You be the Duchess of Etiosa. You be the... Who's gonna know?
Nobody's gonna know.
Nobody's gonna know.
Dun, 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 dun. Okay.
What? They'll come back next year and be like, I'm the Duchess of Etiosa. Somebody will be like, what? By that time, I'll be far gone.
No, but that could be a thing. You should sell like a nightlife, Lagos nightlife experience.
Yeah.
Just party with us. You go take them to Zaza, and then you take them to either the shawarma place after or the Chinese place after for food.
But you know, there are also some of them that, like they want to go back to America and be like, I went to the motherland. I connected with my people. So those, I can do. It doesn't even have to be like a real title. I can just like put a certificate in your name and just,
So what would they have to do for the certificate?
They will be like, I went to Africa and they gave me this title. I'm like the Duchess of Etiosa.
You know what? Why do
I sound like Bob Risky?
You know what? Baptism. Take them to any body of water and say you are baptizing them.
For them to drown.
No, they will not drown now. They're just for to pour salt water on their head a few times. And then you now say that you have been drenched in the sand and the salts of the motherland.
Healing salts.
You are something.
Healing. Healing motherland salts.
Anyway.
And then you know what? People are selling holy water in bottles. We sell it to them. Sell bad bitch water for them.
Motherland water.
Yeah. Tell me that doesn't have a ring to it. Healing motherland water. And yes, and you know what you do? We just tell them to like, when it gets to half, just refill it.
You know what? That's your business.
$100.
Make sure you download the money points so that you can put this business, on. You can have so that when they pay, you will get the alert immediately. So listen, right? We all know that prices go up. Prices go up, and banking can feel slow. And for business owners, this is the real cash out season. So here is our advice in just 3 words: send, spend, and save. And we're going to break it down. So this is how you're going to survive these Ember months with money points. So for business owners, make sure you open a money point business account and get instant payments during the sales rush. Literally, it takes minutes. You don't have to go to any banking hall. You don't have to. The thing I dislike more than filling forms, I hate it so much. Like, that shit is so annoying. Like, I hate it. Anyway, then shoppers, for those of you, what you can do is pay with money points and enjoy 0 fees on card payments. You can also do cash back on transfers and more. And finally, you can also save smart, right?
Yes.
Because January is around the corner. And there's this thing that I usually do if, I have a little extra money in the Ember months. I pay ahead for some utilities, things that, you know that come rain, come sunshine, you're going to need electricity, you're going to need your internet, you're going to need maybe your cable network for those of you who watch television. So things, and they're usually for the most part, a set amount. So why not just pay for at least the first 3 months of the year? January, February, March, it might pinch you a little bit, but at least you know that January, that is usually like 60 days. You will not be like, God, and be lighting candle like we used to do in the 90s. It's true. I'm just saying. So these are tips that you just need to just make sure you download the Money Point app. Yep. Even if you don't have a business and you just want a regular account, you can do it, and they can get you your card in 2 days.
Yeah, I was going to say that's actually one of the reasons why we love Money Point. They are easy, they're fast and reliable, and they also are a brand built to support your business at the busiest time. So not just your business, you as an individual as well. So if you don't have a business account with them, if you do have a business account with them, they're out there to support you at the busiest of times. So once again, make sure you get the Money Point app.
Very simple.
Yes. And on that note, it is time to say goodbye.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody.
Or those of you listening, thank you as well, because some people listen as opposed to watching.
Thank you to our fantastic guest, Tiwa Savage. That was an incredible interview.
Wonderful. And don't forget that you need to subscribe. If you you guys watch the episodes and listen to the episodes. We love it. Wherever it is you're watching or listening, just press subscribe. Bless your hand, click it and subscribe.
Do you know what I think we need to do?
What?
We need to literally do a short video where we're just dancing and just saying subscribe, like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
I think you like dancing.
I do.
Okay.
I wish I was a better dancer, I think. But I feel that people respond to that. That wall to the wall video we did. Yes, the people like to see us dancing. So you know what? Subscribe, get 10, you as you're watching, get 10 people. Everybody get 10 people to subscribe.
So should we do a goal? And then if we hit the goal,
we'll do a dancing dance video?
Yes.
Yeah. Really?
Okay. So what's the goal? How many subscribers?
50K.
I can't believe in Big 2025 we're begging for 50K subscribers. Are you proud of a gang?
Yes. Well, you know what it is? We haven't really given Off Air Gang a shout out.
Off Air Gang, we love you.
We love you.
You know we do.
Do you know what? 50,000 and then Grammy and I will go back to the strip club.
To do what? Or do another episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I need to get back on that pole. I love it. Yeah. You've not seen my video? I was on the pole. I came down. It was so good.
This December is going to be so dirty, man. So dirty.